Hi, John here, and I'm really excited to bring you another great Duck Soup Productions tarot deck. This is the Tinker's Dam Tarot, and this is the Tuck Box edition. It also comes in a Legacy edition, which includes a Mantegna deck along with the Tinker's Dam Tarot. This is created by a gentleman named Doug Thornsjo. Doug, I hope I said your last name correctly. But Doug is a very creative guy, and he incorporates a lot of different elements into his artwork. This is the Tuck Box edition, as I was saying. The Tuck Box is pretty nice. It has a nice linen finish to it. It's a step above a Lo Scarabeo Tuck Box, for example. You can see that it's a little more sturdy, and it's a very nice deal. This is available for $25, including tax and shipping, on Doug's website if you're interested. It does come with a little white book, which is actually very little, considering that it has both the Mantegna and the tarot, Tinker's Dam Tarot. So very basic information. Doesn't get into too much. Now, I did get another deck from Doug, Mr. Punch, the puppet, Mr. Punch Tarot, and comically tragic or tragically comic tarot of Mr. Punch. But I bought Doug's book. He has a really nice book. And I ordered that from Doug also, in addition to the deck. So he may well have Tinker's Dam Tarot, a really good guidebook if you're interested. The cardstock has that nice linen finish to it. And here's the back of the card, very groovy back. Thanks, Doug. You're a groovy guy, I guess. Okay, then if we compare it with a standard tarot card, it's just a tad wider than the universal weight, which is standard tarot size. So anyways, and the cardstock is about normal here. Most cardstock, it's not too thin, it's not too thick. It should shuffle very well, okay? And Doug has substituted some of the characters with different names, like Zeitgeist is a fool, okay? And look at Doug's use of colors here. Look at the vibrancy of the bottom here. And here we have Mr. Scream character. And he also implements other little characters. He did a Wizard of Oz Oracle, which is really cool. I haven't got that, but it's really, very interesting. But look at the hue of the sky, compared how it contrasts with the very vibrant checkerboard flooring there. Very, very interesting. Next, we move on to the Magician. And look at the steampunk elements to this deck. A lot of steampunk stuff going on here, but very, very interesting Magician card. Okay, next, instead of a High Priestess, we have Minerva. Minerva. I love the hues, the reds here in the back and the green. Very, very nice. That's Minerva. And instead of the Empress, we have the Actress. Okay? And looks like little butterflies there, I believe. But very, very dynamic. I just love the imagery and how it flows into the background. He does a lot of urban stuff, like urban backgrounds, like the buildings, and like the Art Deco period of buildings in the 30s. Okay, for Emperor, we have Businessman. And our Hierophant is the Librarian. Very, very stately looking librarian here. And old school, no doubt, but good librarian nonetheless. Will never get replaced by a computer, will it? Okay, for lovers, we have Evolution. I just love it. I love every card practically in this deck. Okay. We have Engine for card number 7, which would be the Chariot. So like the front, this is the front of an old school locomotive here, and it's coming head on right to you. I like the borders on this deck. I think the borders really work well. I don't like a lot of borders. I usually prefer borderless, but this deck, it brings it out like a picture frame. It's very nice. Okay, equanimity. Equanimity, card number 8 for justice. But look at the Art Deco buildings here. It might be New York, I'm not sure. But it's certainly very old 1920s, 1930s architecture here. Okay. And we have the Seeker in lieu of the Hermit, like his little American flag there, and he's seated upon a crescent moon. Here's his lamp right here, and here's some activity of a little village or something behind him. Okay, for the wheel, we have Fate. Fate for the wheel. Okay, once again, a little bit of steampunk influence here on his artwork. Very nice. Okay, we have Fortitude instead of Strength at card number 11. Very nice. Okay, instead of the Hanged Man, we have Suspension. Interesting. Very interesting. I like the old-fashioned diving vessel, I guess it was, before they invented self-powered subs. Okay, now we have the Wild Unknown in lieu of the Death card. And I featured this card and I did a presentation on like over 80 Death cards the other day. And I featured that card in that presentation if you want to check it out. Okay, Alchemy. Okay, instead of Temperance, we have Alchemy. Very cool. Love the energy just flowing out of these cups. This side's almost on fire, and this side would be cold. Okay, very nice. There's 2 cards in this deck which offer different hues in the color. And this is one of them. This is Enslavement, or of course would be the Devil card. So Doug's very much in tune with his ideas and thoughts. Okay, we have Moloch. Instead of the Tower, we have Moloch, another Art Deco structure here. A lot of energy in his cards here. Just fantastic. Okay, our Star card. Here we're getting back to conventional names here. Star card. Very beautiful. There's a star right there in the center. Okay, then we have the moon. We have a old clock face for the moon. We do have 2 towers here, which are 2 skyscrapers. And these fellows here are called Anubis. Anubis was a guardian of graves in ancient Egypt. And it would also help the departed souls out of their bodies and go into the light or wherever they end up going. And Anubis had a dog's head on a human body, and very popular at the time period, very popular deity for the Egyptians. Okay, for our sun card, we have a little kitty cat here, and we have I believe that's an old compass. Yeah, compass, brass compass. And here we have beautiful mountains in a lake. Very, very nice. Okay, instead of Judgment, we have the New Deal. If you're not familiar with what the New Deal is, it was by Franklin Roosevelt, and it was a lot of social programs he began, which are very, very popular and beneficial to everybody today. Although MAGA, I'm sure we want to get rid of them, but they're very good programs for social values, to make sure that the banks don't lose all your money and things like that. And it was completed in the 1930s, Franklin D. Roosevelt. So that's a very good judgment card, I think. And finally, we have Apotheosis. Apotheosis for the world. So we have kind of like an atom going on here. So very neat. I love it. Okay, moving on to the suit of Wands, which is called Fire, of course, Fire. And we have the Ace of Wands. Ace of Fire, excuse me. We have the Two of Fire. Looks like he's holding a little crystal there and a picture of a lady in the other hand. Hey, we have the Three of Fire. I love it. This Doug's imagination is just is really, really good. He's just a real groovy guy all around, you know. And it reflects in his artwork here. Okay, the Four of Fire. We have an old typewriter. I have a hand like that, kind of like. I have one of those. And very interesting shot of a desk in an office space. Okay, the Five of Fire. We have five guys here and different professions, I would say. I'm not real familiar with this deck. I only looked through it one time, so you got to bear with me here because I'm really not super familiar with it. Six of Fire. We have a soldier, World War I soldier, I believe. Six of Fire. And the Seven of Fire. Very good strength card it would be. But here we have a tiger. And this is on a farm, I guess, because here's an old wind direction thing, you know, they used to have in the old days. All of this action takes place in around the 1930s, I would say. The Eight of Fire. Eight of Fire, okay. Interesting. We have a winged tiger. We have several winged tigers. I guess they're angelic tigers. Who would have thought? Doug comes up with all these cool concepts. Okay, Nine of Fire. Again, we see another tiger here. And we see the Art Deco buildings in the background. And a gorgeous sky above it all. And we have the Ten of Fire. Okay, Ten of Fire. Well, thumbs down on that card, I guess, huh? Okay, the Courier of Fire. Instead of a page, we have couriers in this deck. And we have our Soldier of Fire in lieu of a knight. This is World War I, folks. That's the type of helmets and things they had in World War I. Our Mayoress of Fire instead of a queen. Very appropriate. And the king would, of course, be the Mayor of Fire. And there he is. Looks like it's getting a little too close to his face there, if you ask me. Okay, moving on to the Suit of Water, which is, of course, cups. And we have the Ace of Water. Very interesting. Love the colors on the red heart here. Very, very nice. Okay, we have the Two of Water. Okay, we have two people here. And the Three of Water. Check out that tub. Look at that water coming down there. That's pretty cool. I like the flooring here. And I like the fact Doug put a window here in the background. It's spring or summertime outside. That's pretty neat. Hey, we have the Four of Water. Four of Water. Well, looks like we have half a brain. So, interesting card. The Five of Water. We have a couple of children doing their homework, perhaps, and another beautiful window thing here. And you can see it's kind of a full moon out, and the moon has brightened the outside sky at night. Hey, we have the Six of Water. Interesting card. I like the bridge. That's very cool. Have the Seven of Water. Okay. Very interesting card. Have the Eight of Water. Is that a heart down there? Probably is, yes. Okay. Have the 9 of water. Have a person interacting with a shadow. Maybe it's one of those shadow people, I don't know. 9 of water. The 10 of water. We have the cups down here. There's another one up there. Interesting. We have a person here and a dog at the table, and it looks like a doll, like a Raggedy Ann doll, perhaps. And we have a cat in the foreground. Interesting concept, Doug. Very good. Okay, we have the courier of water instead of the page. I like how he's got the letter here. And he's holding a bowl with a fish, and the fish is actually hanging onto the letter. Interesting. Look at the way the hand comes out of the lake. Okay, and we have the soldier of water. And this looks like a very old dive costume they had before they had more modern technology. But to avoid the pressure, they had to make, a real heavy steel suit to go underwater. And they couldn't even go that deep at that. Okay, the mayoress of water. Okay. And the mayor of water. Oh, there's an alligator right there. But he's the mayor, so he can handle that alligator. Okay, we're moving on to Earth, which would be pentacles in normal tarot. Ace of Ace of Earth. Ace of Earth. Okay. The 2 of Earth. This card kind of matches my background back here a little bit. I try to set up backdrops and background for the deck. I'm trying to create art just with a display, I guess. I like this card. This is the 3 of Earth. And Doug sent me an extra card with the deck, and this was the one I got. So I used that in another application. I like this card. Got a very silvery gentleman here, and I like the Art Deco, architecture here in buildings, upon a large globe, and he's looking down upon the architecture. And here could be the sun perhaps behind him. Very well done. Excellent. Okay, we got the 4 of Earth. Okay, 4 of Earth. Interesting. We have the 5 of Earth. Once again, we have, various, 1930, maybe 20s, 30s architecture here. This figure down here with these eyeballs, I'm not too sure about him. We have the 6 of Earth. And money in the foreground. And, well, it's just an interesting scene. And we have the 7 of Earth. We have a broken wagon wheel here. And we have dirt. We have very rich dirt, it looks like. But it might be part of the, dust issue they had in America in the 30s, I think. But here we have the 8 of Earth. And we have a kind of a creepy doll-like creature there, and it looks like this guy is working on it, I guess. Okay, next we have the 9 of Earth. So, just interesting the way Doug just creates all these interesting elements and kind of makes it flow together. For some reason, it strikes me like they kind of flow together. Okay, we have the 10 of Earth. I believe that's an urn. I could be wrong. Maybe it's her father's ashes in that? Or is that a jug? I'm not sure. Okay, then we have the courier of Earth. Okay, instead of the page. Doug's done some other decks, Duck Soup Productions. He's done like a wizard of Oz Oracle and maybe a Wizard of Oz Tarot too. I'm not sure. And he did like a bear tarot, which I haven't checked out, but I was told by Roberta that she really likes the bear tarot, or bear oracle, is it? Oh, well, I don't know. Soldier instead of our knight. We have a soldier upon a boar. Is that a boar? I believe it's a boar, which is kind of like a huge pig. Okay, then we have the Mayoress of Earth. Mayoress of Earth. We have the Mayor of Earth. Like this antique globe he has here. His helmet, it's kind of a Norse Viking type of deal. Hey, our final suit is air, which would be swords. And I put my all my decks in order. I go wands, cups, pentacles, swords. So the ace of air, like the quill pen here. Okay, we have our two of air. Two more quill pens, pretty cool. We have the three of air. Okay, Doug, I see you're keeping the quill pen thing going here. That's pretty cool. Except, I guess, is that a rose? Or what? Is blood like dripping down from where the quills impacted her? Kind of strange. Okay, next we have the four of air. Interesting card. And we have the five of air. This poor fellow lost his mind here, I'll tell you that. We have the six of air. Love the owl. Interesting. The sky just kind of like, it all just flows together. Even though it's like different artwork, it just kind of flows. That's the impression I get. The seven of air, we have a wind-up alarm clock. We have a gorgeous owl here. I'd like to see if there's a better guidebook for this. I'm pretty sure Doug has created one. Because this little white book here, just very basic. But he probably does have I got Mr. Punch Tarot, and I got a really nice guidebook for that. I had to pay extra for it, but it's worth it. Okay, we have the eight of air. Okay, then we have the nine of air. Memento. Okay. Interesting card. 10 of air. Bird has been stabbed by a quill pen, and I think he's on his way to the ground, I believe. Okay, we have the courier of air. Okay. Interesting. That would be a very steep driveway to get up to your house, so that's not my problem. Okay, we have the soldier of air. Here we have a World War I era soldier with a gas mask. Because in World War I believe they used a lot of gas. And then they kind of outlawed it. Everybody agreed they wouldn't use it in the Second World War. I don't know. But Mayoress of Air. I love the beautiful moth, I believe that is there. And finally, wrapping it up, I see that the dude got his head back together. Well, not quite back, but he's doing a little better than he was on the previous card. So this is the Mayor of Air. And here's the back again. Well, that wraps up the deck. I think for $25 shipped and tax, I think it's a pretty good deal. Cardstock's decent. The artwork is fantastic as far, but I might be a little bit bizarre in my taste in art sometimes, I think, compared to most people. But I do hope you've enjoyed this. And as always, thanks so much for watching. And please like and subscribe. Thanks. I'm on my way to 100. I'm on my way to 100 subscribers. Whoopee. Okay. Talk to you later.